Hello, beautiful women. This time I would love to talk about how to love ourselves, how to have a good self-esteem. And the thing is, I've been thinking about this since last week. I think it started with a client that was very, 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 very grateful with me. And I could see it in her eyes, and she was constantly saying, there are not enough words to thank you. And she was telling me that I had been the one person that had been most loving to her in her life. And that really, really moved me. She's an amazing woman. She's amazing. And it kept going in my head, thinking, how could that be? That no one had been so loving to herself, nurturing to herself. And how my intention always, my mission is to empower women, to help them out, to have a better self-esteem, to love themselves, to discover who they really are, their strength, their archetypes, everything. Of course, I point them into the direction of an education company that helps them so that they also grow and they also have a successful online business. And everything that I just mentioned has to do with loving ourselves. And self-esteem, esteem in Spanish is estima. Estima is a different word. It's kind of like the same as self-love. Estima is kind of like love. So how do we love each other? How do we love ourselves? Because we are gonna be the one person that we're gonna be with the moment we die. That's the last person that we're gonna be with is us. So we better cultivate a good relationship with us, right? So, nurturing. That word just reminds me of a baby being nurtured by their mother. So how does a mom begins to nurture their kids? Starting with the food, right? So, starting with the food, let's nurture each other well. That's a way of loving ourselves. Another way is, just think about our five senses. Yes? And through those five senses, nurture yourself well. What are you seeing? What are you thinking? What are you exposing yourself to? If you're feeling sad, how are you treating yourself? Imagine you see a picture where a little kid is being sad and then is crying or something, and then you see a grown-up slapping them and saying to them, hey, here's something to cry about. Yeah? You would be shocked if you saw something like that, but that's something that that a lot of people tend to do. Just to slap themselves, to stop crying and continue with life, right? That's not fair. So let's be fair to ourselves, yeah? So how does a kid love their mother? Okay, yeah. They're nurtured with the proper food, good. They also play, right? They also play. They, we provide time for our kids. We play with them, we listen to them. We dance with them, we play with them, we're creative with them. So, what things do you like? What do you like? For example, do you like walking, running, riding your bike, dancing? I like walking. I like riding my bike. I like dancing ballet. It had been 20 years since last time I danced, and now finally I'm dancing again. So that's, you know, it doesn't matter how long it's been since you did a specific activity. You can start doing it again. And it doesn't matter how often, but you can start doing it again. I have a friend who just simply is working, and then suddenly she just stops, has a break, because that break means she's gonna be dancing for at least 10 minutes. So she dances, and after that it's beautiful, because it is a type of meditation, you know? It is a type of meditation, because she doesn't really enjoy that much meditations where you're just sitting or lying down. I love those too, but she prefers the movement. And dancing is an amazing meditation, because your mind is not wandering, your mind is not thinking about problems or things like that. Your mind is just in the dance. It's like you're not really thinking, you're in the moment totally. It's like the word enjoying. It's not enjoying, it's you are in joy. You're in full joy when you're dancing. What else? Nature. If you like to be in nature, then do that more often. If you like to read, oh my God, there's so many good books out there. For example, I'm a slow reader, really, so I choose audiobooks, and it's wonderful because you can like devour them. You know, it's just a couple of hours, and you can read or listen for 30 minutes every day, and you're reading like 8 books a month, more or less, and it's really, really, really great. You grow. It's inevitable that we grow when we do that. And it's again, it's a different way of nurturing, because when you're reading or when you're listening to the different books, what's inside your head is different than if we listen to the news, right? So loving ourselves is that. Loving ourselves also is, you know, getting a massage. Sometimes it's great, and if for some reason you don't have the time, you can also sort of give yourself a little bit of a massage, or you know, a nice warm bath that relaxes your muscles. Or if you want to stretch your muscles, you can, again, YouTube is amazing. If you don't have time to go for a yoga lesson, because at that time, you know, you're busy, you've got YouTube, and you can allow yourself to be guided through a specific yoga teacher. There's one that I really like. She's an American, she's Jen, and I might put a link down there in the comments. And I love it because, you know, sometimes you want to stretch your hip or your lower back or your neck, or maybe, you know, there are so many different videos. So you start with the hip, and then you like it very much, and then you go with the lower back, and then with the whole spine, and then with the neck, and then it's like some sort of an addiction, but a healthy one. So yeah, I guess it's pampering ourselves, because there is a way of thinking around loving ourselves, as if though loving ourselves would be being selfish, and it doesn't work like that at all. Loving ourselves, truly loving ourselves, is nothing vain or anything like that. When we truly love ourselves, it's so easy to love others. It's so easy to empower others, to be fair, to say I'm sorry when when we make a mistake, because it's like our batteries are full, you know, we're charged, everything is in here good. Then, you know, you can accept when you make a mistake, or you can just say, hey, you know, you look tired, why don't you lay down and I give you a massage, or things like that, because you're full with energy, loving energy. Or you can give yourself Reiki. Like, there's so many different things that we can do. Just be creative and love yourself. And usually I end this by saying, you know, you can share your comments down below. You can search my website, which is jennifertrimble.com, if you want to read some other posts or learn a little bit more about what I do or what I recommend. And this time I also want to add, like, focus this week on loving yourself. For me, it's Monday, so this week focus on loving yourself. Okay? This is Jenny, and as always, I send love. Bye for now.